Two unemployed actors, two unemployed actors. They're just between projects.
Welcome back to Two Unemployed Actors. And Sam, welcome back.
Yeah. Welcome to 2021.
2021.
Two Unemployed Actors.
I'm Max.
And I am Sam.
And this is our first together for the year of 2021, which is
year.
definitely going to be better than 2020. My gosh.
Let's hope COVID knows that it's a new year.
Straight into busy for both of us. We've both been busy. Tell me about your work.
Yes. So
what's been keeping you from the all-important podcast?
I think I spoke a bit about it last year. I got into a feature film, and it's a small budget kind of feature film, and it's set in Newcastle, and we're filming in Newcastle.
Okay.
So for the past 10 days, I've been up in there, and it's been a lot of fun. I got to know the cast, and we're all best mates now, so that's really
great.
cool. Yeah, and it's a really cool story.
It's good when you get on with everyone. Like, I mean, it's true indie, right? You've got to get in it and do
100%.
your best. Everyone's working for whatever they can.
But it was awesome. Like,
It's
even
great
before I
when you enjoy
met the guys in person, one of them messaged me, and it's just like helps break the ice, and
yeah.
they're very warm and friendly and
I mean,
awesome.
it just makes it easier because you're spending so
guys.
much time together over those 10 days.
Mm-hmm. And we play best mates, so the director wants us to hang out as much as possible.
Bonus.
So it's been really fun. The set was awesome. The production quality is awesome, and
That's
for
good.
the director's debut directing.
Yeah.
He's doing amazing. He knows what he wants. He's getting it done real
Was
quick.
he a product of one of the schools?
No, I don't think he's ever gone to film school, but
Okay.
he knows his shit.
That's great. And it's his first feature?
I think it's his first anything directing.
Wow.
So
Brave.
yeah, but he's written it and he's worked hard, and it's been really fun because
That's right. By the time you get to it, like, they've lived with the script for so many years, you know.
Yeah, and he knows what he wants, and it's awesome. So Jess and I went down there because we're both in it. Went
great.
up there, sorry, and stayed with two friends as well because one of them's also in it.
Okay.
And she is from there, so her parents live there. So we were very fortunate enough to stay in her house and end up having a musical reunion down there with a bunch of other people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after the shoot.
Oh, that's cool.
So there was 4 days. So for me, I had 4 days of shooting, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Okay.
So it was a full on. So when you're spending 7 hours, 4 days in a row with a group of guys, you get pretty close pretty quickly.
You imagine so.
And it was very cool. We had like 40 extras because it was set at a
Oh my
party
God.
first.
That is a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's a lot.
Yeah. So the production quality is awesome.
Was there a first AD, like someone to help direct background extras, or was it all?
No, it was all him, but
Okay.
we have, what am I trying to say? Is it AC, like assistant cinematographer?
Yeah, okay.
And we had an AC and cinematographer, and
Yep.
we had a whole bunch of people. The lighting was awesome. Some of the shots are very cool. I can send some to you to put up on the podcast if you
Fred,
want.
calm down.
Freddie.
Fred's excited. I think it'll be great. Share as much as we can. And it's
Exactly.
great that I think we were talking off camera that it's really good that they're really supportive of you, just
Yeah.
posting whatever you can when you can.
Yeah, he's happy with some of that.
No real secret squirrel stuff. It's
Yeah.
just let's get the word out.
Exactly. And so I'm going back up there on Saturday.
Okay.
So it's just blocks of days now until the end
Right.
of March.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Quite the commitment up there, but as long as you're enjoying it, it's good. Fred, calm
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
That helps.
Also, I did a short film about a year or so ago,
Right.
and this guy's making multiple short films, and he's connecting them and making a 90-minute long feature.
Oh, wow.
They're all about like gay relationships and
Right, okay.
exploring them. I just played a waiter, so that was fun.
Yeah.
But that's being premiered at Hoyt's, which is pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
So I'm excited for that. Apparently 100 people are going.
Brilliant. When's that premiere? Is that coming
That is
up?
June. I think for the cast, it's premiering June 19th or something.
Yep.
I don't know where he wants to take it.
And this is premiered as a feature with all
Yeah.
the shorts stitched together?
Yeah, I think it's shorts stitched together, but the shorts are in between. It's almost like a documentary with short films in between,
Okay.
which is really cool.
Different way to do it?
Yeah, it's a cool idea. And Jess and I auditioned a while back for a horror short film.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it seemed like we were on the route to getting
shortlisted,
it.
yeah.
But unfortunately, scheduling got in the way. But this guy has recontacted us about another short film, so that's
great.
cool and good to know. He liked
It
us.
helps. I mean, once you get on the horizon of people, even if you're not right for the role, then there's something comes up and they remember you from your audition
Yeah,
or from your
100%.
work with them previously.
That's why all that, being good and having a good reputation is important because...
Yeah, whether it's a short film, whether it's indie, low budget, whatever, you give it 100%.
Almost half your stuff could come from that,
exactly.
from knowing...
You never know. Oh, that's awesome.
So what have you been up to?
Busy. Mix of voiceover work, my normal, bread and butter presenting to camera stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A national security company wanted to update their policies, procedures, all that sort of exciting stuff that when you join, all the paperwork. So the way they've done it, they split it up into a male presenter and a female presenter. And at Carriageworks, so really interesting background, not your standard studio shoot by any means.
Yep.
Also, it was one of the hottest days on Monday here in Australia. It was like 30-something degrees and, oh my God, it was like a sauna.
Oh, yeah.
It was intense. I'm wearing black dress pants and a white long sleeve shirt.
Oh, my God.
And wardrobe's there like fanning me in between shots because... not to keep me alive, although that helps, but really to keep the sweat out of the white shirt.
Yeah, no, you're second priority on that.
But it's a nice way to sort of make it, and there's a bit of walking to camera while presenting and a bit of static presenting, but the camera's moving, had a steady cam that sort of moved around. I did feel sorry for the camera operator, 35 kilos attached to him on a hot day. But look, we made it work, and I think we made it as interesting as possible. So it was less presenting to camera, news presenter-y, and more talking with them, relaxed, sort of relatable somewhat.
Okay.
But then you've got to be a bit firm. You're talking to security professionals, and it's about onboarding stuff they need to know to be able to tick they know and sign off on. So, yeah, it was a fun day. It was really good. Great feedback. The best feedback I got was from the gentleman who managed the auto cue throughout the day and just said, you're presenting to camera like it's really good. Like you'll be able to pause at the right moment. You're emphasizing the right words and lots of stuff. And I said, it's awesome. Thank you very much, Barbara. I was so excited because obviously he gets to see so many people present.
Yeah.
Also because it was in front of the client. But I think it was just so cool. Like I didn't even look at the scripts. I know I said I did, but like I didn't. The script, okay, first of all, Friday night, the scripts come through. Not worried because it's all on auto cue. And a couple of headshots came through. It'd be great if you could have a neatly trimmed beard like you have in these two photos. Client really loves that. Shit, because I was shaved on Friday for another thing, and I'm not going to be able to grow a beard by Monday. Like, come on. I mean, I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Not that good.
So a mild panic set in, and I immediately responded after I caught my breath, saying, I'll take a look at the scripts. I've got play rehearsals on Sunday, but I'll try and have a look Saturday afternoon. But as for the beard, I'm clean shaven, blah, blah. Anyway, he's rung me immediately and I'm freaking out going, this is the whole shoot gone or whatever. Because, you always think worst case, or at least I do.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, well, okay, blah, blah. And I proposed that, look, I'll have some stubble by Monday, that I can guarantee. I'll turn up with a razor, and if the stylist says and the client says fine with the way you look, then great. If not, I can shave and have clean shaven. No worries, fine. Have a look at the scripts if you can, familiarise yourself, blah, blah. And I mean, these scripts too. So tick on the styling, great, no worries. Wardrobe, had everything organised. Even size 13 shoes, unbelievable. That's one of the first times since back in the day when I did the KFC thing and they had size 13 for me. Because normally the shoes are like... Even when you did Home and Away before, it's like, I think we've got a 13 in storage somewhere.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like, I'll bring mine.
Size
That's
13.
fine. So anyway, lucky 13. So that got the tick. And then the script, I mean, look, it's really dry, written by committee, corporate staff. Plus, you can't really skimp and change things too much because it's corporate policy on social media, on talking to the media, on all the stuff security people have to worry about. And this is a company that does everything from contracts with people who own 1,000 bars to, bodyguards, close personal protection. Very fancy. So I really had to get the words right.
Yeah.
But look, it was great. It went really smooth. I love doing that sort of stuff. Really good. Director who knew what he was doing. 12 crew. Everyone knew what they were doing. Great professional crew. And got on well with the other presenter. We didn't do any co-presenting moments. It was like, she'd do a script, I'd do a script sort of thing. And it just, one of those days that it just went smooth and went fast. We finished early by an hour.
Wow.
But we start, call time was 7 a.m. in between a national public holiday and a weekend. So, okay. And fortunately, it was down the road at Carriageworks. I'm like, I could walk there, but
From here?
yeah,
Oh.
but I won't. It's probably like
Too hot.
It's like a 20-minute walk. But yeah, it was like 30-something degrees here. So I just pictured myself afterwards.
Yeah, it was similar in Newcastle as well. Way
Yeah,
way too hot.
I know, right? So I'm like, I forgot to mention on Monday, I wrote it down because I knew I'd forget.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing, because it's not a soundstage at Carriageworks, right? You've got an open warehouse. It used to be where they actually made and maintained train carriages.
Yeah.
Hence the Carriageworks. So a great urban space in the middle of the city for shoots. Cool. And I can see ads now. Like there was another car ad I saw and I'm like, oh, that was from the Carriageworks.
Very cool. Because it's open. It's a big.
And they're like, have you been here before? It's like,
stuff.
yes, I've been here for another shoot occasionally. But it's got a tin roof and it's not soundproof.
So when it's raining.
When it's raining and you're presenting to camera, which is why it was postponed the first time.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's not air conditioned is the other side effect. But yes, and City Festival were bumping out while we were, and we had the main sound stage. I say sound stage to be generous. And behind the wall was storage space and a road, a driveway. And Sydney Festival were going past in trucks as they were bumping out through the main, exit, huge roller door. So look, great. 5 minutes from home. Fred was a bit confused as to why I was up at 6 a.m. just standing there staring at me while I made a cup of coffee. And I was standing there staring at him until I woke up. But finally got there. 5 minutes down the road on the Vespa. Introductions, no worries. Bear in mind, City Festival's bumping out. We've got to do a health and safety thing, and we went through that with our contact for Carriageworks, and everyone's kind of been, oh my God, I'm like, listen, this is what we're doing today. We're getting paid to do this for a company, so let's not be like all down about company policies and stuff and OH&S. So anyway, I remember this. Okay, there was a couple of moments. One, I'm doing this bit, and I had to memorize the first line. No worries, because I'm walking to the auto cue where I can actually get to see it, and the Steadicam comes in, and just to make it a bit more interesting and dynamic, a bit of movement. And I'm going through it, and I can hear a truck backing up. The beep, beep, beep. Then I can, then I hear someone yelling, and the truck starts up, and you got the diesel engine behind her, and I'm still going for it. And then I got to the stage where there was some other noise, and I missed a word. And I'm like, oh, come on. We got through it all. It was cut, and then it's like, it sounds just shaking his head, going, "There is no way any of it is usable."
Yeah.
And they wanted to get it all in one shot.
Yeah, so
because there's no cutaway. They were just overlaying graphics.
Yeah, nice, fair enough.
Anyway, so later in the day, I'm going through this one. We sort of got the activity was a bit reduced. I was so focused on what I was saying, I didn't realize at all. But while I was going through it, like nothing had happened, and it got to the end, I'm like, everyone's laughing. Why are they laughing? I didn't think it was particularly funny, but anyway. What had happened is when I got to the middle bit, and it was a decent, it's a 5 minute, it was a journey, right?
Yep.
A journey of every corporate word. And then there was a loud crash, and one of the trucks exiting the building
Oh my God.
went through when the roller door was halfway up and took out the roller door. I don't know how I didn't hear this.
Yeah, I don't know how you would
I
either.
was so focused on trying to get all the words in the right order. But couldn't use that as well. I had to do it again, but that's okay.
Oh my God.
But I'm like, how did I miss drama? Everyone was okay. Obviously, we couldn't use the roller door to bump out, but hey. I know, right? It's like anything else. So, I mean, it's a great spot. Like, it just looks cool on camera. Like, if you want an urban cityscape, it's got bits of everything. Whether you're doing a driving bit, a photo shoot, something presenting to camera.
They do a lot of art shows, exhibitions.
Exactly.
There. Yeah, it's
great to wine and dine. At least you can tolerate that a bit at night where it's a bit quieter. But during the day, it's quite a dynamic space. And literally, you got people living in apartments next door where they developed, and a public space.
Yeah,
thoroughfare.
right.
Like, it's like, Anyway, and then play rehearsals have been going well because it's coming up now. In fact, if you're in Sydney or want to be in Sydney, 24th to 27th of March, Lipstick is the play.
If you want to be in Sydney.
If you want to be in Sydney, metaphorically, you're going to be in Sydney in March, depending on what travel's like in Australia. Lipstick, it's coming together really well. And
it's been coming together for over a year.
Yeah, I know, because originally it was supposed to be April last year in 2020, and we know what happened in 2020 without mentioning the word. So looking forward to it coming together. Yeah, there's 4 plays in total as part of the No Intermission Festival. And Lipstick is the comedy farce. So, look, it's setback from setback and then some setback because, first of all, you've got the plague. Oh, okay, I mentioned it. So to push that back, so let's organise the festival like 3 times for the benefit of once. Anyway, it's happened, fine, moving on. Then recast for those that weren't available. And then finally we get together. We start rehearsing. And, oh, by the way, the building you're in is going to be demolished. So you can't rehearse here. Or you can if you want things landing on your head. It's probably not a good idea.
No.
So, great. What are we going to do? Well, here's Max, who's moved in, 4 months ago to my place in Newtown. And haven't finished furnishing it yet. The dining room is empty. And it's a great little studio for self-tapes.
Perfect.
When I say empty, I mean all the alcohol's there, as you know, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So something's a priority one.
Yes.
And table and chairs and that stuff is, that's second priority.
Yeah,
so
you can stand while you drink.
I put off exactly. I put off furnishing the place, and we've been rehearsing here. So current restrictions mean 5 people can come as guests at any one time. So we've had the core team here with director, absolutely going for it, and it has been great. It's coming together. We're laughing all the time. I know Emma was here at one stage to help wrangle Fred because Fred thinks we're all here to see him.
Yep.
And it's basically an opportunity for us to run and jump around laughing at Fred, and Fred's a part of it. In fact, the last rehearsal I did was with Fred. I had to actually carry him through the whole play. So we did a run through, like a stumble run. There I am waving Fred around. He loved it. He thought it was fantastic.
And the director was like, I love it. Let's have him in it.
Yeah. Well, that was a mention. And then I'm like, well, it's a great idea, but in practice, it won't be long before Fred's on stage. Anyway, I'm sick of being upstaged by you, Fred. Just,
Fred,
turn it
God
down,
damn
mate.
it.
So,
what do you have to say for yourself?
He's... No.
There we go. That's enough. You've heard it here.
It's all about him.
2 unemployed actors.
So I'm like, oh my God, Fred, seriously. So, and he's not taking treats anymore because he really he knows everyone now and just wants to be a part of the fun. So, and we've got another rehearsal tonight and Emma's not available. So it's going to be absolute chaos. If we can get through with like a loud heckler consistently,
You can get through with Fred.
Exactly. We'll be fine. Moving into another rehearsal space, hopefully on the weekend, which would be great. Looking forward to that. Not that I don't mind having everyone here. It's been great fun. The neighbours are probably wondering why we're consistently screaming on Wednesday nights and Sundays, but
They probably just think it's Fred.
there's a lot of loudness in the play, a lot of real dramatic moments that are overplayed as they do in farce.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, fun times.
Well, I've got a little bit of news as well.
Tell me.
I forgot to add in at the beginning. I am trying to start up a new headshot business. So if you want a headshot...
Really?
Yeah, it's. I'll do mates rates for you.
Talk me through this.
It's about
So
2,500.
25% more.
For you, yeah.
Takes a lot to make you look good, Max.
Yeah, come on, buddy.
It's like a day in Photoshop.
Yes, yours will take about 6 hours.
All right, let's not dwell on that. So talk me through this business.
So I had the idea. So I got a camera for my 21st birthday, which I was very happy with.
Great.
And I have a 100mm lens, which is awesome. It's
Great.
But for this camera, between 85 and 100 and
Is like your
105
standard
is, like,
go-to.
great for headshots.
Oh, okay.
Because then the aperture can be lower and you can get a blurrier background. It looks
Technical
all great.
stuff I'm not aware of, but yep.
Yeah. So I looked all this up. I researched a lot about starting out.
Certificate of YouTube.
Yeah, I did a lot of research. And so I took Jess out for a quick practice and pleasantly surprised. My first try actually was freaking great. Yeah, so now I'm going to take out...
You've got her approval because that's the approval that matters, really.
That's the non-biased one, yeah.
You thinking you're amazing. I mean, that goes without saying, Sam. I know who you are. But
So I'm going to take out the rest of my family so I can build a portfolio a little bit. So I've already written a policy.
Have you told the rest of your family that it's actually nude? Photoshop.
Not
photo
yet, but
shoots?
they'll find out. I've written up a policy, so a PDF that I'll send out to everyone.
Okay.
And I've come up with, created a logo for myself.
Nice. Oh, you love your graphic design.
Yeah, I do.
Is that the whole reason you're doing this business? So you can have another logo?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. And I call it it's just called Sam Folden Photography.
Folden Photography. Wait. Sam Folden Photography.
Yeah, I may get you to do a voiceover for like an ad or something.
Without the boom, actually.
But so I was thinking about doing a website.
Yes.
But it does. So it costs money to get your own domain name, and then it costs even more money to pay a website like Wix, for example, to
monthly
use that
fees.
domain name.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start without that for now. And I read about a lot of stuff. So someone said that they know a guy who runs a business straight out of Facebook and is doing fantastic.
Okay.
Knows people who have websites and they're doing
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
So it's just what works for you. So I'm going to start with Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Lots of people run businesses out of
Of social,
media now.
absolutely.
Yeah. So after I get these photos, then I'll start those up. But
Okay.
I've got the
But
policies.
you've got the domain?
I've got the domain name
Great.
just in case later
Yeah,
down
absolutely.
the track. And actually, I've got the domain name of Sam Folden, but I'll figure out the photography part.
That sounds really good because I know. Well, I use Adobe a lot, like all the different bits and pieces, and within that, there's an Adobe portfolio, which I haven't used, but it allows you to have all your work linked to your domain, so you can just link it to the domain, and then you've got all your photos and stuff.
Well, that's
within...
good. I at the moment I have this whole policy where, so I'm going to plug it on here a bit, and then maybe I'll send a headshot.
We're all about supporting up and coming artists,
of course,
namely each other as well.
Yeah,
particularly each other.
And I've taken I haven't exactly. That's it. I haven't copied, but I've taken inspiration from Kate Williams, who is my current headshot photographer.
Yep.
She's awesome, and I'll probably ask her a few tips later down the
track.
track.
Have a chat to her. Take her out for a coffee.
Yeah, but I haven't heard of anyone else doing what I want to do in the East.
Okay.
It's either way too expensive and in a studio. I'll be doing it on the street with natural light.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll be like an hour on location shoot.
Okay.
They'll get all their photos, 2 touch-up ones. So I'm touching them up on Lightroom, so it looks really good.
Yep.
I'll show you after the podcast what
sure.
Jess's looks like, and we can put it up on the thing.
Put it on our social. Send me the
hopefully
image with Jess's permission.
Yeah, it'll be $300
Jess.
for everything at this point, which is reasonably cheap for headshots around here.
Because a lot of people are looking at their online portfolio. A lot of people, I mean, up-and-coming actors in Australia right now, there's a bit of work going around.
Yeah.
American productions, all sorts of productions from different countries, but particularly American and lots of good old Aussie content.
Yeah.
I think, there's 2 Aussie films now top of the box office.
Yeah.
But look, I think it's really important. Yeah, reviewing your profiles, updating CVs, just all the basic
Come to me
stuff
for headshots,
and fresh headshots. Yeah.
I said to Jess, how does it feel to never have to pay for a headshot ever again?
She's like, well, let me just see if they're good first.
Yeah, no, she's put the one I took up on her thing.
That's good. That's a great sign.
And I'm very excited. I mean, I just got to get off the ground. But so that's exciting.
Good.
I'll plug it more when it starts.
Yeah, do that. And we'll send links and stuff. But that's great.
So
that's
TV
good.
shows. I started watching The Expanse. Have you heard of The Expanse?
Yes, I'm up to season 3.
Don't say a single fucking word.
Okay. Because I think they're up to season 5 or something, aren't they?
I think so.
And I think it's the final season.
Do you like it? I think it's awesome.
I had to stick with it for a bit. Mm-hmm. It sort of got a bit long, and then in the first season, I'm hanging there, and I get that they're setting everything up, and all the characters get to know them, and then when stuff happens, it's really cool. But and I love the effects are pretty good. Although, pet hate, they make the sound in space because there's no sound in space. And they make the sounds in space.
It's cinematic.
That's right. It's like Star Wars.
It's set 200 years in the future. Maybe they can do that now. No, but I think it's really
just
cool.
a whole space full of maxi voiceovers. Yeah,
but it's set. It's adapted from a novel, so it has to be good.
It?
Yeah. And I think the acting's freaking great.
Great cast. Love the core cast.
And the acting is really good. The budget
One
looks
British actor in
big.
particular I recognised from some features I've seen in the past. Yeah, no, it's a great. Was he Irish? Oh God, don't want to get that wrong. But from Europe.
Yeah.
And great actor. No, I think you're right.
But the budget looks pretty big as well, and it is my kind of vibe. I like that sci-fi kind of dystopian kind of thing. Yep. But I love the whole idea of that humans have now colonized Mars and the belt. And
so what does that mean? And then what's the impact of that?
It's brilliant.
And then because if you listen to Elon Musk, we're going to be in Mars eventually.
Yeah.
And probably mining it for whatever it's worth.
How amazing would it be if the Expanse?
Yeah. So imagine what would that mean? Is that a different country? Like, is that different? And then AI. I love the research on that tech.
Yeah.
And the implications
and the idea that people who are born in space have frailer bones and all this stuff.
Yeah, they never know what Earth.
I think it's brilliant.
Earth is like.
I got my dad onto it actually as well. So, so I think it's good.
Well, I with TV, Call My Agent is a great television series, French television series. In fact,
I thought you were just
in France. In France, it's called 10%.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So, and this is their 4th and final season, I've learned. It's the final.
Call My Agent.
I'm halfway through the 4th episode. It's really funny.
Is it Netflix?
And they have some, they have some great guest casts, some really good acting talent. It's kind of like Extras.
Yep.
How they used to get some great talent to come on Extras. It's like that, but basically it's a French talent agency who manage actors for
is
film.
It dubbed?
Oh God! Well, I mean, you can, but I never watch it dubbed on Netflix because
You
it's
have
never
it
as good.
subtitles.
So I watch with subtitles,
Yeah, right.
and I think Netflix has been great in bringing lots of different cultures to our screen, and realise that guess what? No one's really afraid of subtitles. If it's a great story and good content, we're going to watch Netflix stuff from other countries.
Yeah.
And I think that's fantastic. So I don't mind that because
Sure.
as an actor, you know, there's so much in How You Deliver the Line.
Sure.
So it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's absolutely funny. I know Fred loves their office dog, so he tends to have
Freddie.
something to say every time he's on camera.
Brilliant.
But it's just really funny, and oh my God, some of the things look so familiar. Some of the stories
good.
and that. So it's really good. So I recommend you watching a few episodes. Called My Agent,
both.
and great cast. It's just like it's one of those casts where you could walk into the office and you wouldn't be surprised to see them all
Oh yeah.
doing their thing.
Very cool.
It's hilarious. And some of the situations that the talent get into, that the agents have to get them out of. Oh my God. There's one at the moment, and this great dramatic actress has decided just to become a stand-up comedian. And she's horrible, but no one wants to tell her. But then she won't sign on this film deal, and the agent's trying to run around, tell her she's not good, but even though she doesn't want to hear it, and you know, it's just,
So
it's hilarious.
comedy,
and the scheming that goes on behind the scenes is hilarious.
Very good.
Yep. So tell me about your brother's album.
So, just a quick little plug. My brother, Jack Folden, younger brother, doesn't matter, has just released, he's released a couple, but he's just released a new album on Spotify and on Apple Music, all your favorite platforms. It's called The Things We Do.
Okay.
I will help him shoot music videos soon.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited about that. But go have a listen. He's worked very hard on them. They're great. My favorite is Cliche. Enjoy. Quick little plug.
Plugged.
Jack Folden.
Plugged.
The Things We Do.
Tick. Speaking of plugging stuff, I went to see The Dry, which is an Aussie movie.
Yes.
With Eric Bana in the lead role.
Yes.
Who you might remember as the original Hulk back in the day.
Yes, I do.
And
And
great.
he played Bruce Banner. How funny is
great
that?
Aussie actor. I really liked it. Adapted from an Australian novel by Jane Harper.
Okay.
And this is the Q&A I was going to go to, but it got canned because of COVID, where the director, Robert Connolly, the author, Jane Harper, and Eric Bana was going to be there. But all that aside, I really enjoyed it. Great cinematography, capturing this rural... I mean, you know, the story can be any rural town, you know, where everyone sort of knows each other.
Yeah, right.
The protagonist coming back, and with all the baggage, particularly of what, you know, really happened to make him leave town in the first place as a kid. Without giving away spoilers, because I hate that, it was I enjoyed it. I thought Eric was pretty strong, and I think the supporting cast were okay. I just loved the cinematography. It was really good. I went to see, because I got an offer from Event Cinemas here in Sydney. I got an offer to see Gold Class for like $25 or something. Nice. Comfy seat, wine, whatever. I think there was only myself and someone else in there. And no, she wasn't my date. But I was there with my personal companion, the white wine.
Yes.
Which helps make any movie better. And a bowl of M&Ms, because they taste better when you get a bowl. And so...
Tastes better out of a bowl.
Enjoyed it anyway. And they sent me an email saying, thanks for coming back to the cinema.
Very nice.
Love your work, Max. You're great. No, I didn't say that. But they did say,
Max,
if you want to come and see... If you want to come back, see another movie, here's a $10 voucher. Or see it for just $10, I should say. So instead of paying whatever it is,
you pay
see a movie for $10.
Not the Gold Class.
So I booked. I'm going tomorrow. To see a movie called The Marksman with Liam Neeson, who I have to say is in his mid to late 70s. I don't know how many action films he's doing. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to Save the Passengers. I love that one. And what was the other one? You know, I've got to save the passengers. That was The Commuter. The Commuter.
The Commuter. Yeah.
That was the worst
I like
impression.
Non-Stop. That was ages ago.
Yeah, and what about Taken, where his family keeps getting kidnapped?
Oh, that scared the hell out of me when I watched first Taken. It was bloody ridiculous.
Taken 1, 2, and Taken again.
Yeah.
Let's just call it Unlucky Family. It's like Bruce
like
Willis, you know what I mean? Die Hard. He just
Yeah.
ends up almost dying in every...
Yeah.
You know, the police officer with the worst luck.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'll see that tomorrow.
I wanted to see The Dry, actually. Like, a couple of guys from the shoot saw it and said it was good too.
Well, what's interesting is the producer behind that production company called Made Up Stories.
Okay.
There's an Australian producer who went to Hollywood a while ago, and part of the set with... so, you know, there's not Aussie expats who get together on Australia Day and Barbies, lots of stuff. But because I read a piece in the Weekend Australian here in Sydney about how she got started actually moving to producing.
Yeah, right.
She was with next to Reese Witherspoon in a dinner party and talking about, oh my God, another girlfriend, another wife of or girlfriend of part, rather than it's a story about strong women or strong female roles. And well, let's do something about it. So hence you've got Reese Witherspoon with her production company, Gone Girl, that Reese also produced with the Australian producer.
Yeah.
And many more, and Nicole Kidman as well. So we're talking about The Undoing is the one with Nicole Kidman that she also produced. Bruna Papandrea. So fantastic, but just by chance, there's 2 movies at the top of the box office at the moment in Australia. The Dry being one of them, the other one, Penguin Bloom, which is based on a true story.
Okay.
And both produced by made-up stories. I mean, come on, that's awesome.
Brilliant.
I know there's a lot
Is that the Reese Witherspoon production company?
No,
That's the other one.
Bruna Papandrea.
Yeah.
She did produce stuff with Reese, like, for example, Gone Girl.
Yep.
And got into it as a result of that conversation. Fred, stop pumping his arm. It's rude. At least buy him a drink first.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So 2 of them, all from the same production company, top of the. I mean, come on, that's awesome. And I think there's a few. I mean, there's a lot of global releases that have been postponed because there's so much money at stake. Look at James Bond being postponed again. Mission Impossible, I think 7 one's been postponed again because they need to be released globally in theaters globally to make back and get their because the marketing spend, the production spend, etc. is not cheap. And you can afford to push it back and with all those and product placement endorsements and stuff at stake as a result of. But yeah, no, I think that's it. I get that, but it also frees up slots, particularly in Australia. We're able to go to the cinema now under certain conditions. I think at the moment in Sydney we have to wear masks when we're there. But hey, look, we're still going back to the cinema. It's great, but it gives an opportunity for some productions like The Dry and Penguin Bloom, who would have been theatre releases anyway, but to release in more theatres and help more Aussies see Aussie pictures, which is great.
Yeah.
So I think
I've
it's an
taken my own
opportunity
advice too and watch more of those. I think we should, as Aussies and as Aussie actors, to watch those. And I do need to take my own advice with that too. 100%. No, 100%. Like, it's important, I think. To know who you're working with.
Exactly.
Once you head into
I mean, you're going to go in front of casting directors, at least understand the industry you're in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who can't really talk about and name television shows and casting directors associated with and directors, that sort of stuff in Australia. I mean, there they are.
Because we're so influenced by American
Absolutely.
TV and film.
That's great, but it's not everything.
You've got to start here.
So one more thing before I go, agent messaged me saying I got a guest role on an Aussie television show. Super excited. 4 days of shooting. One in the studio this Friday at 6 a.m.
Wow. Nice.
6 a.m.
No, brilliant.
I don't know if I really wake up until the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like 8 p.m. in the afternoon. But 5:30 I've got to get to the studio. So I'm okay. But also being first scene to go with a couple of the regulars and that, it's a decent scene. Then all the scenes behind it for the rest of the day, all tightly scheduled, with half the cast, if not most of them there. If you're late, could you imagine the damage you could do?
Just wait.
That whole day.
You better get there.
Don't be late. I'll be setting 3 alarms and telling Fred to wake me up. But and then 3.5 days on location. Thank you. In a couple of weeks' time.
That's what I'm here for.
Support. No, I think it takes 2 of us to make one podcast, but I think that I'm looking forward to that because it's going to be a great experience. I can't say which, when, or where, but it's a fun role. Look, one thing, I got the script and I'm like, oh great, I can't wait. 50-worder, awesome. Where am I? I'm reading through the script. Yeah. Guest cast on the call sheet, brilliant, winning. Looking through the script, I'm looking and I'm going, this is great. Oh yeah, well it's not this scene. It's fine. Going to the next, and I get to them. I'm like, okay, how many pages left? 3 pages out of 27. Okay, I can still be here. I'm looking. I get to the last page. I'm like, this is interesting. I missed it. I must have missed it. Start it again. Go through the script. Like, okay, well, that's right. There's no in this particular. I'm in a couple episodes. This particular episode, I'm not saying anything. That's fine. That's okay. It's my agent calms me down and says, Max, like, get there. It's obviously a featured role and they want acting talent for it, and you certainly guest cast. It's a 50-worder rate, and as on the call sheet, max 50-worder. But get in there, do your best, whatever, and it's a nice little tester to see how you're doing, and they can bring you back and all the rest of it. So like, I get the message, fine. And of course, you never know. I've been on this set once before where they've walked across and said, "Hey, I need to give you another line." Fine. So it can evolve.
So did you audition for this? Or
No. They just
face and show reel?
I can't even say the casting agent because it'll give it away.
No.
But they just said, Maxi, and then Maxi got the call, Maxi got the offer, and Maxi's happy. So I'll stop talking about myself in third person now. So great. Look, it's been a busy week. Presenting to camera, play rehearsals with Fred, and podcast, of course. Sorry, Fred. And
we've both been busy.
And in studio on Friday. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
And that's stuff that I really want to do, like scripted drama and scripted comedy.
Hey,
No, I'm nearly finished. Give me another 2 minutes. What's wrong with you? So I'm really looking forward to finishing the week and having a look back on a productive week. And you'll hear all about it next week.
Yep, you'll hear from both of us.
Awesome. So I'm Max.
I'm Sam.
And we are 2 unemployed actors.
See you guys later.
Bye.
2 unemployed actors.